Title: The Children's Chorus. It was a sunny afternoon when my family and I moved into our new house on Elmwood Lane. The neighborhood appeared idyllic, with manicured lawns and cheerful neighbors. Our kids, Emma and Ethan, were excited to explore their new surroundings and make new friends. Little did we know that our lives were about to take a dark and twisted turn. As the weeks passed, strange occurrences began to unfold. Emma and Ethan's behavior became increasingly peculiar. They would gather in their room, speaking in hushed whispers, and when I asked what they were doing, they would exchange knowing glances and evade my questions. Initially, I attributed it to the stress of the move, but as their behavior escalated, I couldn't help but feel a growing unease. One evening, I walked by their room and overheard what sounded like a soft chant. Intrigued and slightly concerned, I pushed the door open and peeked inside. To my horror, I saw Emma and Ethan standing in a circle, their eyes wide and vacant, repeating an eerie rhyme. Whisper in the shadows, secrets untold, dance with the darkness, secrets unfold. Gather round, children, take my hand, welcome to the circle, where nightmares command. My heart raced, and I called out to them, demanding an explanation. They turned to me with blank expressions, as if they hadn't even realized I was there. I wanted to believe it was a game, an innocent child's play, but the unsettling feeling in the pit of my stomach told me otherwise. I decided to confide in my husband, David, hoping he could shed some light on the situation. But when I broached the subject, he dismissed my concerns, assuring me that it was just kids being kids. He attributed their strange behavior to their vivid imaginations and a natural inclination for storytelling. Determined to get to the bottom of this, I began to research the history of our new home and the neighborhood. I stumbled upon a chilling discovery, an old local legend about a group of children who had mysteriously disappeared decades ago. The children were said to have formed a secret society, chanting strange rhymes and performing dark rituals in the shadows. I couldn't believe what I was reading. It seemed like something out of a horror movie, but as I dug deeper, I found old newspaper clippings and eyewitness accounts that corroborated the eerie tale. My heart pounded as I confronted David with my findings, but he dismissed them as mere coincidences.
It's just a creepy story. There's no way it could be connected to our children,
he said with a nervous laugh. Desperate for answers, I sought help from a local historian who had extensively researched the town's dark past. He confirmed the existence of the legend and warned that the children's secret society had left a dark imprint on the neighborhood.
They say that the souls of those children still linger, seeking to entice new members into their circle. Be wary, for once they've set their sights on someone, they won't rest until they've claimed them.
Fear gnawed at me as I realized the gravity of the situation. I couldn't stand idly by while my children were caught in the clutches of a malevolent force. I needed to protect them, to break the hold that this dark entity had on their innocent souls. That night, as Emma and Ethan retreated to their room, I mustered the courage to confront the sinister force that had invaded our home. Armed with the knowledge of the children's chant, I decided to perform a ritual in the hopes of dispelling the malevolent presence. Gathering candles and salt, I created a protective circle in their room. I called out to the spirits, demanding that they release my children from their grasp. The air grew thick with tension, and a chill settled over the room. Shadows seemed to dance on the walls, and I could feel a malevolent presence surrounding me, but I refused to back down. I chanted the rhyme from the children's secret society, determined to break the hold it had on my children. Whisper in the shadows, secrets untold, dance with the darkness, secrets unfold. Gather round, children, take my hand, release the circle, where nightmares command. As I repeated the chant, I could sense a resistance, an otherworldly force fighting against me. It was as if the malevolent spirits were trying to maintain their hold on Emma and Ethan, but I refused to let them win. With a final surge of determination, I called out my children's names, urging them to remember the love and light that filled their hearts. Tears streamed down my face as I implored them to break free from the dark enchantment. In that moment, something shifted. The air felt lighter and the shadows seemed to retreat. Emma and Ethan's eyes regained their brightness, and they looked at me with confusion and fear. "Mom, what's happening?" Emma asked, her voice trembling. "It's okay, my loves. You're safe now," I said, pulling them into a tight embrace. The next morning, I decided to share everything with David, no longer willing to keep the truth hidden. He listened in silence, his expression a mix of shock and disbelief. "We need to protect them," I said, my voice quivering. "We can't let this dark force take our children from us." David nodded, finally understanding the gravity of the situation. Together, we researched ways to protect our children from the malevolent entity that still lingered in our home. We contacted a local spiritual expert who performed a cleansing ritual, banishing the dark spirits that had haunted our family. As the weeks passed, our home felt lighter, the darkness that had once engulfed us lifting like a heavy fog. Emma and Ethan returned to their playful selves, their strange behavior but a distant memory.
Don't forget to subscribe and turn on post notifications.
Title: Whispers in the Attic. The old house on Maple Street had always been a source of mystery and curiosity for the neighborhood kids. With its creaking floorboards and overgrown garden, it stood like a relic of a forgotten time. My little sister Lily and I had always been intrigued by its eerie facade, but we never imagined that stepping inside would plunge us into a nightmarish world of strange and terrifying occurrences. It all began one summer afternoon, when Lily and I were playing in the backyard. A sudden gust of wind blew through the overgrown trees, and a shiver ran down my spine. Lily looked up, her blue eyes wide with wonder. "Do you hear that, Emily?" she whispered, tilting her head towards the house. "Hear what?" I replied, straining my ears to listen. "The whispers," Lily said, her voice barely audible. I rolled my eyes, thinking she was just trying to scare me. But then, I heard it too. A faint, eerie murmur that seemed to come from the depths of the old house. "What is that?" I asked, my heart pounding. "I don't know," Lily said, her small hand gripping mine tightly. Curiosity got the better of us, and we decided to investigate. Pushing open the rusty gate, we made our way to the front porch. The whispers grew louder, like a chorus of secrets lingering in the air. As we stepped inside, an overwhelming sense of foreboding washed over me. The house smelled musty, and the dust danced in the slivers of sunlight that streamed through the cracked windows. We tiptoed through the hallway, drawn by an inexplicable force towards the attic. The stairs leading to the attic creaked under our weight, but we pressed on, our hearts pounding in our chests. The whispers intensified, growing into a cacophony of eerie voices that sent shivers down my spine. As we reached the attic, the door seemed to groan in protest as we pushed it open. The room was dimly lit, and the walls were adorned with dusty portraits of people whose faces were shrouded in shadows. But what caught our attention was the circle of children huddled in the center of the room, their heads bowed, whispering in unison. Their eyes were vacant, and their voices carried an otherworldly tone that sent chills down my spine. Lily and I exchanged terrified glances, unsure of what to do. It was as if we had stumbled upon something far beyond our understanding, a sinister ritual that defied explanation. A sudden draft of cold air swept through the attic, extinguishing the lone candle that flickered in the corner. The room plunged into darkness, and the whispers grew louder, suffocating us in their haunting symphony. "Let's get out of here," I whispered, pulling Lily away from the unsettling sight. But as we turned to leave, the attic door slammed shut with a deafening thud. Panic surged through my veins as I tugged at the doorknob, but it refused to budge. "Lily, we need to find another way out," I said, trying to keep my voice steady. The children in the circle raised their heads, their vacant eyes fixated on us. In unison, they chanted a cryptic rhyme that sent chills down my spine. "Whispers in the attic, secrets they keep, bound by darkness, forever we sleep. Two souls entwined, never to flee. Stay with us, and you'll be set free." Their voices seemed to echo in the confined space, and I felt an overwhelming sense of dread. I knew we were in danger, trapped in a nightmare we couldn't escape. Suddenly, the portraits on the walls began to shimmer, their eyes coming to life with a malevolent glow. Lily clung to me, trembling with fear. "Emily, I'm scared," she whimpered. "We'll be okay, Lily. We just need to stay calm and find a way out," I reassured her, even though my own heart was racing. Frantically, I searched for any means of escape, but the walls seemed to close in around us, suffocating us in darkness. The whispers grew louder, drowning out all rational thought. In a moment of desperation, I remembered the candle that had been extinguished. Maybe if we could find another source of light, we could break free from this nightmarish trap. "Lily, can you see anything? Look for something we can use as a light," I said, my voice quivering. Lily nodded, her eyes scanning the room. Then she pointed towards a dusty lamp sitting on an old wooden chest. With a surge of hope, I rushed towards it, praying that it would work. As I fumbled to find the switch, the room seemed to grow colder. The whispers transformed into haunting laughter that echoed in our ears. The children in the circle reached out towards us, their arms stretching like shadows in the darkness. With a trembling hand, I finally found the switch, and the lamp flickered to life, bathing the room in a soft glow. The laughter ceased, and the children recoiled, their vacant eyes now filled with fear. The attic door slowly creaked open, and we didn't waste a second. Holding hands tightly, we dashed towards the exit, fleeing from the nightmarish realm we had unknowingly stepped into. As we burst through the front door, the sunlight blinded us, and we gasped for breath. The whispers had vanished, replaced by the familiar sounds of the neighborhood. Lily and I never spoke about that day again, but the memory of the haunting whispers and the vacant eyes of the children stayed with us, a chilling reminder of the darkness that lurked in the world beyond our understanding. Click the subscribe button and bell icon for more nightmare-inducing stories.